Welcome to the Orange County Department of Education College and Career Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off. So our presenters are unable to see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use the Q&A feature in Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, and you can access the recording by visiting the website on your screen, strivescan.com/COSI. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Queen's University.
All right. Well, hello there, and great to be with you all this evening. I'm just going to take a moment and share my screen. Right. Here we go. Well, as I mentioned, my name is Nathan, and I am one of several undergraduate admissions coordinators here at Queen's University. Excited to be with you this evening. First, I'd like to acknowledge that our main campus, located in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, is situated on the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe people. And we are very grateful to be able to live, to learn, and to study on these lands. And we love to acknowledge the people's historic and continued presence and care for the land. Now, we are in Canada, and our Kingston campus is on a beautiful waterfront city, the city of Kingston. It's on the northeastern shore of Lake Ontario, if you're looking at a map. By Canadian standards, Queen's is a mid-sized university with approximately 24,000 students. Queen's holds a significant place in our country's history. In fact, we were founded in 1841, so that's 26 years before Canadian Confederation, meaning we have over 180 years of doing what we do. We've been educating leaders from across Canada and around the world for a long time. Now, Queen's does continue to be one of Canada's top universities, and what we feel helps us continue to be one of Canada's top universities is our consistent and continued commitment to innovation, to research, to teaching, and also to student support. We want you to know that at Queen's, yes, you will be challenged. It is a competitive admissions process, and of course, university is challenging in general. But while you are being challenged, we are there with an amazing array of services and supports. So if you embrace the challenge and you take advantage of the supports that we offer, we're confident that you will succeed. One prime example of a support tool that is available to you right now, today, if you want to take a look at it, are major maps. You can literally go to our website, which is www.queensu.ca, type into our little search bar, major maps, and you will find literally a map of every single major at Queen's. So for example, if you're looking at performing arts, if you're looking at creative arts, if you're looking at dance, music, and drama, if you're looking at all the different majors within the Bachelor of Arts, or maybe majors within the Bachelor of Science, or other direct entry programs, there's a map of each and every single major, and they map out things such as how to stay on track with your courses, how to get real world experience while you're on campus, how to prepare for life after graduation, a great description of every program or major, and there's even an excellent listing of the different careers that graduates from each of those programs have gone on into. So if you're looking and wondering, okay, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in performing arts or creative arts or something else within arts or in the sciences, but where have graduates gone? What type of employability is there? Well, you can look at this major map and it gives you a great starting point for that. And no matter what you choose to study at Queen's, you can make your degree as unique as you are. So when it comes to elective courses, you can take extra courses in astrophysics, Latin, commerce, which would be business, history. You can also take advantage of instructional styles such as, blended learning, integrating face-to-face with online, or the flipped classroom style where you're engaging with the content online before you actually come to the class. And of course, you'll be working with, award-winning professors and also taking advantage of very unique and amazing learning environments. such as our Performing Arts Center, all the different labs and classrooms all over campus, an amazing experience. There's also summer work experience opportunities, such as on-campus research or maybe even an entrepreneurial opportunity. And there's also internships, and they range from 12 to 16 months. You get to get out into the world, make a real difference, invest yourself, build your resume, and the average salary is around $43,000 for each student. And of course, throughout your time at Queen's, we're also going to encourage you to start thinking globally, because it is a global marketplace out there and a global community that we live in. So we have hundreds of partner institutions all over the world. We encourage our students to take a look at those. Also, we have our castle in England, a 15th century castle in East Sussex. So you could also spend a semester there if you wanted to. It's still Queen's University, you're still taking Queen's courses, it just happens to be a castle in England. The Queen's attracts some of the best students from across Canada and from around the world. With a 94.6% retention rate, meaning the students that come and then stay, we feel this helps prove that we take our commitment to supporting our students very seriously. And not only do our students make that successful adjustment to university life, but they continue to significantly outperform the average when it comes to graduating on time. We also have a 91% employment rate 6 months after graduation. Now, here is just a quick summary of the different programs that we offer. The arts represents the Bachelor of Arts, science, of course, Bachelor of Science, and the rest of these are direct entry programs. So there you see music, that's music performance, music theater, fine art, so painting, drawing, sculpting. And then also within the Bachelor of Arts, you can find majors such as drama, you can find majors such as just music as a general major, as well as all of these other direct entry programs. If your interests extend that broadly, and we allow you to apply to up to 3 different programs and be considered equally for all 3. You can apply through the Ontario University Application Center, or you can find the application on the Common App. We are test optional. So after you've applied, check your applicant to-do list. One of the main things you'll see there is simply a request for transcript. And then also maybe there's a portfolio or an addition depending on the program that you're applying to. Well, that's it basically. Thanks so much. It's been great spending this time with you, and I'll pass it back off to our moderator.
Thanks, Nathan. Our next presenter is Jenny.
Hi everyone, good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you can see my screen. Please do let me know if you can't. My name is Jenny and I am from Leeds Arts University based in the UK. So I'm just going to give you a short overview of our university and of course why you should consider studying in the UK in the first place for your degree. Of course, there are many benefits to studying for your degree in the UK. First of all, of course, most importantly, the high quality of the education. So all UK universities, of course, very tightly regulated, so you can be assured there is a very strict quality assurance process in place to protect your education. Very rich culture and heritage. Of course, for a small island, we really do punch above our weight in terms of history, culture, and heritage. Of course, if you just think about the influence of the UK's fashion industry and music industry, we have some of the world's best museums and galleries. Of course, immediately you think of the famous museums and galleries down in London, but we have some in Yorkshire right on our doorstep. We have the Henry Moore Institute and the Hepworth Gallery just down the road, and the Yorkshire Sculpture Park, which is lovely to wander around on a weekend afternoon. We have shorter degrees. So a standard degree in England is 3 years long, and our tuition is comparable to out-of-state tuition in the US. And of course, with only 3 years, you have 1 less year of living expenses as well. And we do have the post-study work visa. So graduates completing their degree in the UK are now eligible to remain for up to 2 years to work afterwards. So Leeds Arts University, of course, based in the city of Leeds, we are the only specialist arts university in the north of England. We are small, we have around 2,000 students in total, of which 200 students, so around 10%, are international students, representing nearly 70 different nationalities on our campus, so very diverse and multicultural. We are #1 for student support, according to the What University Student Choice Awards in 2020, and that follows that we do have a very high student satisfaction and retention rate. And that support applies all the way through your degree in terms of our careers and enterprise and employability departments supporting you throughout your degree to prepare you for the world of work afterwards. And of course, all our staff are practicing artists and designers, so you know their experience is relevant. And we do have some very famous alumni. So Damien Hirst, of course, the world's highest paid living artist, Barbara Hepworth, the Hepworth Gallery, and Henry Moore, whose work is exhibited at the Yorkshire Sculpture Park. So we are located in the north of England, ideally situating for exploring the rest of the UK and Europe as well. We have our own airport, so you can be in London within 2 hours, Edinburgh in Scotland within 3 hours, and of course with Europe right on our doorstep, you can be in Dublin, Amsterdam or Paris within 1 hour. So Leeds is a very exciting and rapidly growing city, very thriving arts scene and music scene. In total, we have 5 universities in Leeds. So that makes around 125,000 students altogether. And in fact, we have been voted the UK's best place to be a student. So we're the 3rd largest city in the UK, very diverse and multicultural. And of course, being in the north of England, we do enjoy a much lower cost of living than London and the southeast of England. So Leeds is a very inspiring mix of the old and new. We've got the history, the culture and the heritage. We're a very modern city, very forward looking as well. We have 15 exciting undergraduate courses. They can be roughly divided into 4 faculties. So we have graphic communication, we have fashion and textiles, we have art and performance, and we have lens-based media. All our programs, very practice-based, very hands-on, really aimed at students who want to be designing, making, and doing and producing their own artwork. We have 11 exciting postgraduate courses. Some are more general, more broad, like you would expect. For example, the MA in Fine Art and the MA in Graphic Design. But then we also have some very exciting niche courses that you will find nowhere else. So for example, graphic novel, world building, and creature design. So some very unique courses. All of our facilities are industry standard and state of the art. We have £22 million worth of investment completed in 2019. And our state of the art studios do include print workshops, 3D, fashion, photography, filmmaking studio, 230-seat music auditorium, specialist arts library, and a public exhibition gallery. And in fact, we have been voted the UK's best facilities 3 times in the last 5 years, again at the What Uni Student Choice Awards. We are eligible to administer federal aid for students studying on our undergraduate and our postgraduate courses. As I mentioned before, our fees are comparable to out-of-state tuition fees, and our undergraduate degrees can be completed in 3 years, and our postgraduate courses can be completed in 12 months. So that's it from me, but of course, do feel free to get in touch if you have any other questions at all, or please do check out our website. And just a reminder that you can make an application on our website, and we do require a portfolio to support your application to all our courses. And again, we are test optional. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny. Our next presenter is Olivia from the College for Creative Studies.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Olivia from the College for Creative Studies in Detroit, and I am going to share my screen with you. So I'm an admissions counselor from the college, and let's see if I can make this. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So College for Creative Studies, we're located in Detroit, Michigan. We were born, I guess you could say, in 1906. So we've been doing art and design for a very long time. And we're originally known as the Society of Arts and Crafts, and we began offering degrees in the mid-70s. And the notion of craft is something that's very important to us, dear to our hearts here at CCS. And it's about the physical making of things with one's hands. And even you'll see our more fine art majors, as well as design majors, not only working on the computer and using technology-based practices, but also using their hands and working with their hands to create one-of-a-kind pieces of art. So a little bit about CCS. We are highly accredited. So we are accredited to grant Bachelor of Arts degrees, 4-year degrees in 11 different majors. We are private, nonprofit, and fully accredited, like I said, and we offer, yeah, those 11 different majors and a certification in art education as well. So we have around 1,400 students. It's a pretty small college, and we have students from all over the country and all over the US as well. We have a very small student to faculty ratio. We like to keep our class sizes small to encourage that one-on-one interaction with faculty members, make those connections and networking. Like I said, 11 different BFA majors and 9 emphases. Most of our majors you can minor in as well. Some of the degrees or the awards that CCS has won that I think are noteworthy. We were named one of the best colleges by Money Magazine, one of the best design schools by Money Magazine, rather, in 2019. And what it was talking about is the return of investment. So how quickly are students getting jobs after they graduate? And how quickly are they paying off their student loans if they have any? So that's what it was talking about. And the data was from LinkedIn based on data from our graduates. So you see names, big name companies that you've heard of, you see on this list right here. And these are places that our students are getting internships at. They're not just staying in Detroit while they are students doing internships, and they're getting jobs here after they graduate. So sometimes I talk with students who are like, oh, I really want to work at Microsoft or Tesla or Google. And yeah, with a degree from CCS, you can totally do that. And for students who are getting their feelers out there, they're thinking about doing art school, maybe earning college credit, doing dual enrollment, things like that while they're in high school. Something that I want to point out is our pre-college summer experience. And this is for freshmen through seniors in high school. And what you would do is live on campus at CCS for 3 weeks and study with our professors, choose a concentration or a major of your choice, and study for 3 weeks with our faculty members, doing critiques, basically giving art school a test drive. And at the end of those 3 weeks, you'll have built a better portfolio, stronger portfolio, and you'll have earned 3 college credits at the end of that time. We also have dual enrollment as well. So maybe you're thinking about applying to CCS if you're a senior. Our application process is very simple. We want you to complete our online application. It's free. It's just a basic form of your info. And we need to see your transcripts. We're looking for an overall GPA of 2.5 or high school, your overall high school GPA. And we want to see 8 to 12 pieces of your best artwork. So those can be uploaded to slideroom.com. You'll get a link to that when you do apply. We don't require SAT or ACT scores. So even if you send those scores in, they're not going to impact your admissions decision. And we do want you to apply for financial aid. The FAFSA is open now, so think about that if you are wanting to be considered for grants or loans. We do want you to fill out the FAFSA. And if you do want to learn more about CCS, we are offering in-person tours. We do virtual visits. And if you want to connect with one of the admissions counselors doing a virtual Zoom chat, we'd be more than happy to connect with you. So you can always get the information on our website. And I am going to leave you guys with that. And I will put my information in the chat if you want to contact me further.
Thank you, Olivia. Our next presenter is Daniel from the Cooper Union.
Hello, everybody. Let me just let's see here. Okay, PowerPoint. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And all right, I think we're ready to go. Hello, everybody. Hello, I am Daniel. I'm an admissions representative from the Cooper Union. Thank you so much for joining us today. Cooper Union is a school with a rich history and vision focused on inclusion and access. For example, the women's right to vote was started in our Great Hall. And one of the biggest advantages of Cooper Union is that it is a small school. So it is a small school community, but within the framework of New York City's East Village. It's an amazing city. Our campus has 3 buildings, but there are a lot going on in these 3 buildings. At CU, at Cooper Union, we believe in experiential learning that crosses the boundaries of our 3 schools. Like I said before, we have under 1,000 undergraduate students. This means small class sizes and loss of personal interactions between students and professors. We have an 8-to-1 student ratio. It is a really great ratio. We have 3 schools centered around design, creation, building, and innovation here at Cooper. The first one is our School of Architecture. This is the Erwin S. Channon School of Architecture. This is where you will earn a 5-year NAAB accredited bachelor degree. This is the degree you need in order to become an architect. Students from all 5 years work side by side with each other in a giant open studio in one of our buildings. This is where they work on projects that include drawing, model making and design development, along with digital tech. For architecture, we offer a studio-based curriculum with rigorous critique and debate. The next one is our School of Art. We have a 4-year degree in a School of Fine Arts. There are no majors in our School of Art. It is a holistic approach to art. And that means within the first year, you will be doing general studies. This includes coursework in drawing, painting, printmaking, photography, film, video, and graphic design. This provides our freshman year students with a general perspective and, of course, experimentation across all of the disciplines. Students in their sophomore year and beyond are given their own dedicated studio space for the rest of the time they're at Cooper. And then lastly, our third school is our Albert Nurkin School of Engineering. This is where we offer degrees in 5 areas: civil, chemical, electrical, mechanical, and general engineering. Students come to our engineering school to work in with challenging and rewarding environment. Freshman year, the engineering students study something it's called problem solving. This is where they will work on projects that are important for society, such as reimagining waste, designing rain gardens in the city, automated robots, and refugee in-flight shelter kits. Our highest performing students in the School of Engineering also go on to pursue our integrated master's and bachelor's program. This is where you're able to earn a bachelor's and master's degree in just 4 years. Also, the engineering students, if they want, can also have a minor degree in bioengineering, math, computer science, and humanities. At Cooper, we are very proud of our labs and facilities. It's a small space, but we keep a lot in them. Our recent addition that we're very proud of is our lab space for art, architecture, construction, and engineering lab. This has state-of-the-art technology that allows students from all 3 of our schools to come and work together. Some of the equipment here are 3D printers, water jet cutters, CNC routers, embroidery machines, and many others. We have a VIP program, which is an interdisciplinary venture. This is where you will work with students on projects centered around a common theme, such as designing a smart city. As far as student life goes, Cooper is focused and around the interests that the students are passionate about. So we have over 80 clubs. A lot of these include Dungeons and Dragons, a campus newsletter, and a cheese club. We also have competitive clubs for engineering students, such as Formula SAE, Chem E, and Steel Bridge. As far as housing is concerned, we offer housing to all of our resident freshman students, guaranteed housing. It's great housing. It's located 2 minutes from all our campus, and you're in the middle of New York City's East Village, which is an amazing city. There's tons of great food, tons of different cultural things going on, tons of other students there that you can kind of cross-pollinate with. We also have a res ed office that does a great job of introducing New York to our students. So we have regular museum visits with the Cooper Union, also things like in the fall, like apple picking, and also kind of activities like that. As far as housing goes, housing is not mandatory, but if you choose to, you can live somewhere else. So it's not a big deal. As far as financial aid goes, every student is admitted and automatically awarded a half tuition of $22,275 for every year they attend. Seniors should apply for FAFSA as early as October 1st, and exceptional candidates are automatically considered for additional merit awards. And also for those who qualify, we also have work study. Here is just a little bit of a breakdown of what the average cost is for our students depending on income. And there you go. Let's see here. And for application requirements, we use the Common App and have both early and regular decisions. Our deadlines are listed above. Please check out our deadlines. And let's see, thank you. There we go. Thank you so much for attending. If you have any further questions, please reach out and email us at admissions@cooper.edu. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Our next presenter is Hillary from the University of Edinburgh.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hillary Sementina, and I am the Regional Admissions Representative for the University of Edinburgh, Scotland, and I am based in California. So Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. As a capital, it has everything you would expect: museums, theaters, cinema, nightlife, but it's a relatively small city with just about 500,000 people. There are actually 4 universities in Edinburgh, so we have a large student population in the city, and it's, as a capital, it's not overwhelming like London. It's very compact and walkable. Most people walk or ride a bike or take the bus. We are an ancient university, one of Scotland's ancient universities, founded in 1583, and we're currently ranked 16th in the world. As a large research-based institution, about 85% of our academic staff are actively involved in research across multiple subject areas. And we have a long association with Nobel Prize winners and a Pulitzer Prize winner. So as Scotland's largest university, we have about 45,000 students from 160 different countries. So it really is a diverse and multicultural university. We have about a 25,000 undergraduate population, and overall about 41% of our students come from outside of the UK. And you can see on our slide that we're very happy about the fact that we are the #1 destination in the United Kingdom for US and Canadian students. And I will mention that our staff population is also very diverse, with 1/3 of our staff coming from outside of the UK. So our university is divided into 3 colleges, but that's not to say we're a collegiate system like Oxford and Cambridge. It's just how we divide up our academic disciplines. So the largest is our College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. This is where you'll find subjects like English literature, history, politics, law, business, and also our Edinburgh College of Art, which I will discuss more in a bit. Then we have the College of Science and Engineering, where you can find engineering, biological sciences, computer science, physics, math, etc. And then the smallest is our College of Medicine and Veterinary Medicine, where our medical and vet students study. So as a large institution, you'd expect us to have many degree programs. We have about 390 undergraduate degree programs to choose from. So hopefully we offer something that you're interested in. And our academic year is divided into 2 semesters. We have semester 1, which runs from September until December, and then semester 2, which goes from January until May. So a little bit about our Edinburgh College of Art. This is our art college within the University of Edinburgh. And you can see that we offer degrees within architecture, art, design, and music. Our Edinburgh College of Art, the buildings are located in the Gothic Old Town of Edinburgh. So it should be very inspirational for those who are doing some of our creative degree programs. And all of our degrees are in the Edinburgh College of Art are very studio based. So students will have their own physical studio to work from. We also have our own libraries and research facilities and galleries and collections and performances within Edinburgh College of Art. So undergraduate study in Scotland is slightly different than the rest of the UK. You will have heard that in England, degrees are 3 years in length. Well, in Scotland, most undergraduate degrees are 4 years in length. This means that students have flexibility and choice in what they study in their first 2 years. This also applies to our students doing degrees within Edinburgh College of Art. So you will do some classes and studio work that is compulsory for your degree, but then you can take classes from other subjects as well across the university. Once you enter your third year, that's where you really specialize and focus in on your degree and your major. And a lot of our degree programs offer the option for students to do a year abroad in their third year, including our students who are studying within Edinburgh College of Art. No matter what you're studying, we really encourage students to do independent, self-guided thinking. And our degrees are internationally recognized, so you do not have to worry. Getting your bachelor's undergraduate degree at Edinburgh would be equivalent as doing a bachelor's degree in the United States. So obviously your academics are important, but so is life outside the classroom. We have a welcome week, orientation week in September, where you can get to know the university and campus and the city. We have over 290 student groups and societies, which I believe are more than any other UK institution. And we have university housing for students that fit a wide range of preferences and budget. Our international undergraduate students are guaranteed university housing in their first year as long as they apply by the deadline. And on campus, we have health and welfare and support services that you can use while you're studying at the university. So now that you've heard all this and you think, fantastic, great, I'm definitely applying to Edinburgh, we welcome applications from well-qualified applicants. You apply to our undergraduate degrees through UCAS, which is the Universities and College Admission Service. It's like the UK's version of the Common App. So you submit one application and you can apply to up to 5 degree programs in the UK. You'll submit your qualifications. And for us at Edinburgh, we are looking for US applicants to have the SAT or ACT and AP exams, a combination of those. There may be some flexibility for less competitive programs, but unfortunately, we're not fully test optional. If you're applying for art and design, you will also need to submit a mini portfolio with your application. And finally, if you want to know more, just scan the QR code on this page. It will take you to information for undergraduate applicants. You can do a great virtual visit of the university and the city, or you can chat with our current students to get their ideas of what it's like to be a student at Edinburgh. And our email address is there on the screen, and I'll put it on the chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hillary. Our next presenter is from the Manhattan School of Music.
All right, hi everyone. Let me just get my share going. So for my musicians on the call today, I'm going to talk a little bit about Manhattan School of Music. Manhattan School of Music is a music conservatory located in New York City. We're actually the largest standalone conservatory in the United States, but we're not too large of a school, just under 1,000 students. And so this means that all of the students on our campus are studying music performance full-time in one of our many different degree programs. We've been around for a long time, since 1918, and we moved to our current 2-building location in 1969. We offer a lot of advantages that come along with being in New York City. Our specific location in the city is a very beautiful, quiet neighborhood near Columbia and Barnard, and adjacent to a number of beautiful parks and national monument. But we're a quick train ride down to Lincoln Center, the Met Opera, Carnegie Hall, all that good stuff. We have a wonderful community and especially a wonderful faculty. So our faculty are pushing you to succeed, but very much in a supportive way. We have 5 areas of study. At the bachelor's level, Bachelor of Music, you can choose between classical performance, jazz performance, or musical theater. And then at the graduate level, we offer 2 additional specialized programs in contemporary performance and orchestral performance. We have a number of degree programs at the undergraduate level. As I've said, a Bachelor of Music. At the graduate level, we offer a Master of Music, Doctor of Musical Arts, and then 3 separate certificate programs, depending on the length and level of study you're looking for. Those certificates are all postmaster's certificates. Our curriculum, like I mentioned, is very music focused. So we don't have lots of gen eds that you might have at a larger university or even a college of music. You will take the standard conservatory curriculum of theory, history, oral skills, keyboard skills, You have a weekly private lesson with your principal teacher, and then of course, small and large ensemble rehearsals with one humanities course each semester. So again, very much focused on your performance goals. I mentioned our faculty. We have an incredible faculty. They have done and performed everything you're hoping to perform all over the world in the world's greatest venues, many of them in New York City as well. And they are here to share that artist expertise with you and teach you. So they're really an incredible resource. A little bit of a numbers summary quickly. We're just under 1,000 students, and about half of those students are actually international. So we have a huge international population coming usually from between 40 and 50 different countries each year. Our largest program by far is the classical program at 75% of our students. And you can see some other numbers here, but we have a lot of performance space, a lot of practice space, 24-hour practice rooms. So you're really set up to succeed. If you're not familiar with New York City, you're now looking at the island of Manhattan. That gray rectangle down the middle is Central Park. And you can find us top left of the park up by Columbia and Riverside Church and Barnard. So like I said, we're in a nice, cozy, beautiful little academic neighborhood. All right, I'm going to skip now towards the end of my presentation. Sorry. A couple of things I wanted to mention. We do have a cross-registration program with Barnard College. So your junior and senior year, you can opt to take your humanities courses at Barnard, just a way to expand on what we offer. We also have exchange programs that can be done in the junior year of undergrad or second year of a master's at one of our many partner schools. And that can be either a semester or a year abroad. We also have a Center for Music Entrepreneurship, which we call CME for short, which has many roles at MSM. They're a gig referral service. They'll help you find work in the city. They'll also teach you how to build your own website, recruit students, update your resume for auditions, do your taxes as a freelancer, how to write grants and get money to tour abroad. So they're basically an incredible resource for everything you need to know outside of your practice room to be successful as a musician and an entrepreneur. All right, so very briefly, our application is not through the Common App. We have our own application on the MSM NYC website. It is open for the fall of 2022 now and is due December 1st. Many areas are required to pre-screen. That involves submitting a pre-screened video. And then auditions, if you pass pre-screening, take place in late winter, early spring, depending on your major. Our current year tuition and average housing and meal plan are shown, but it's really important to know that you won't know what you'll be asked to pay until you get your scholarship package. About 80% of our students do receive scholarship, which ranges from a few $1,000s up to full tuition and is based on a combination of merit, so how you play, sing, perform, and your financial need. So we do try to make it possible for every student who is accepted to attend MSM. I will put my email and our website in the chat, but thank you all for listening, and I'm more than happy to answer questions or talk with anyone after the session over email. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to utilize that feature within Zoom. In the meantime, I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn your cameras on, and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. First question, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll start with Queen's University as our first presenter.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Well, I would say as you're going through the search, trying to figure out where you would like to go, that you definitely take advantage of individuals like ourselves. Yes, websites are great, and we try to make all the information readily accessible and as detailed as possible. But in the end, questions pop up. Not everything can be thought of as far as putting content on a website. So please reach out to individuals like ourselves who are admissions specialists and ask us questions, have conversations, because there's so much we can share. There's so much we can help you with as far as individual circumstances and unique questions. So definitely just reach out.
I think Nathan makes a really good point. So yes, people in the admissions office are a really valuable resource, but I think also current students, and through the websites of each institution, you can actually reach out to current students and hear directly from them, to hear what they have to say, find out what it's really like to be in that location and to be studying that course, and just to hear honestly from them what it's like to be a student at each institution. I think it's really good to hear direct from the students themselves.
I would add that it's important to compare and contrast curriculum when you're narrowing it down to the colleges of your choice. I think it's important to see what alumni are doing in the field that you want to go into, see what kind of work that the professors are doing. And those are ways that that helped me narrow down my college search and ultimately led to my decision. And that's usually the advice that I give to students as well.
I would say the most important thing is a piece of advice would be to actually try and visit the school when you can and talk to the students about what it's really like, what the experience is really like there. I know everyone already said that, but that is very important. Another piece of advice would be boastful in your application. This is one of the few opportunities where you actually get to brag about yourself, and that's not something that you always get to do. So yeah, really kind of pump yourself up in the applications and be boastful. Don't be afraid to do that.
I would say that while the degree that you're applying to is important, so is the environment that you want to be living in and studying in for the next 3 to 4 years. Do you want to be in a large city at a big university like Edinburgh, for example, that has a small art college within it? Or do you want to go to more of a campus-based institution, one that is solely a creative and arts-focused university? That's just as important as the actual degree that you will be getting at the end of your studies.
Yeah, I'll just echo all my colleagues here. I think, get in touch with some students, and nowadays you can follow them on social media, even see what they're up to in the areas they're living in, and do some research on the faculty, find their art, find their music all over now, and start looking for who matches what you're hoping to do in the future. And again, echoing Daniel, that don't try to fit into a box. I think a lot of people apply and think they need to check off all these things on their resume or in their application, and we love to get unique applications where we get to see who you really are. So don't be afraid to just, show what you are and who you are in your application.
Great advice from the group. Thank you all for sharing. So we are approaching the end of our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. I also want to remind you that you can visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you can access this recording by visiting strivescan.com/COSI. I want to thank our amazing presenters for joining us, but also thank you to our attendees. I hope everyone has a great afternoon.